Go, fire trucks, go. Put out the fire. Don't let our oranges burn. There you go. Good on ya. Yes. Put out that fire. Ooh, you guys are going to town in there. Way to go, way to go. You saved my spontaneously combusting oranges. I'm proud of you, gentlemen. Fine work, fine work. Well done. Raises and bonuses for everybody. Fresh orange juice for the entire brigade. Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines here with Splatt. In our last episode, we spent some time putting together a university district area, and we have our trade school up and running. I like how that turned out. Kind of a picturesque school environment. And we put together this new, densely populated apartment block with an international theme and flavor to it. I'm really happy with how both of these turned out, and now we're ready to move on to our next thing. As you may have noticed, there's a lot of space between our university and the rest of our city where everybody lives. We're going to fill up some of that space today, but we're not going to fill it up with housing. No. We have here some resources that we can start making use of. We have some fertile land here that I think would be kind of fun to turn into a farming area. Now, my thinking is I'm going to put it in this area right here between the residential area and the river. And the reason I'm going to do that is because at some point I do want to include a hydroelectric dam across this river somewhere. Probably going to put one up here. And I would rather that the hydroelectric dam not be right next to a housing development. And so the farming area will give a nice buffer between the hydroelectric dam and the people who are living there. I think it's just going to make it a little bit more of a sightly thing. So to do this, we're going to have to throw in some roads, of course, and that shouldn't be too hard. So let me go ahead and get this part put together with some roads, and I will come back and we will continue on with putting in our farming area. All right, so I went ahead and put some roads in. It kind of marks the boundary of where the farming area is going to be. I know it's very big, but I like doing things very large, and we have a lot of map to work with, so why not? As the thing grows, we'll keep putting more in, and eventually we'll be all set. I went ahead and marked out the zone. As you can see here, it just basically follows the roadway that I installed, and it stops at the university district and stops before it gets to the district over here. I did go ahead and install some trees just to kind of block off what the residential area would be seeing of this area. And I've gone ahead and installed our first little piece of kit that we need. This is the farm main building, and you need that in order to identify your industry area as a farming area. What happens is you put in just a basic general industry area and you paint that in, but it doesn't know what kind of industry you want to put in until you choose the building that goes in here. So if you want to do forestry, you do a forest main building. If you want to do farming, you do a farming main building. And if you want to do something else, you choose the main building from there. So what we have to do now is put in some different kinds of fields and things we need to work with. So what do we have here? We have accessible to us right now a small crop field, small fruit field, or a small animal pasture. Well, and then we also have some grain silos for storing the raw goods that we get from this area. Looking ahead at the future, I do know that we are eventually going to be producing some goods in our special factories. And to do that, we are going to need both animal products and we're going to need products from crops. But that's a little ways down the road. And we haven't even, and that's not even something we're really thinking about right now, but I just know that eventually we have to plan ahead for that. Having said all of that, it is time for us to put something in. I think because we're so close to a residential area, the animal products, at least on this side, would be a no-go. There's no way the people who live in these nice upscale apartments would allow a bunch of stinky, smelly animals to be raised just across the road from them. Because this is kind of upscale, I think we should go with some fruit trees to begin with. So we need to put in some roads and decide where we want to put these things. I need to know what size these small fruit fields are. All right, so they're not huge, meaning we can put, we don't need a lot of space to put them in. And to start with, we should definitely be putting them somewhere where it's easy to get in and out. I don't know if I like the idea of this being the main in and out thoroughfare for our farming area. I would prefer that they use this exit up here, and I'll probably put, or that roundabout, and I'll put more in later. I need to bring this road up and around. We'll connect in a few other places. And also we have our train track over here. And so we are going to have a cargo terminal in this area eventually. So although I put the main building over here, I think I want to start the actual farming area up here closer to the university. So I've been using these little, what are they called? This is called a 2-lane country road. I like the looks of these. I think it fits kind of the farming aesthetic. And they have a smaller version here called a two-lane country lane. And they do look a little bit different from each other, but as far as the game is concerned, they function exactly alike. So if we put that in there, you'll see we've got the smaller one and we've got the bigger one. I like the idea of using the smaller one for the actual area where the orchards are and feed into these little bit wider ones. So let's just start dropping in some roadage. And I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to make a little country lane that shoots off this direction. We're just going to go straight for now. And from there, let's shoot up this way and start putting in one of these. I want to line them up this way. Put one there, put one there, put one there, put one there. All right, so that's 4 of those, and they are going to produce crops. What kind of fruit do we want? We have apples, oranges, pears, or a greenhouse. What does the greenhouse look like? I get what they're going for, but that to me does not look very orchardy, so forget that. Pears, oranges, or the apples. I'm a fan of apples, so we're gonna start with those. We'll be able to put more in later with different kinds of fruit. We're just gonna do that for now. And then we need a place to store the crops. So, got one of these here silos. And I think I don't want the silo on the same road as the orchard because it's going to cause the trucks to back up a little bit. So let's put this in here. And we'll destroy that. And we will grab our silo, and I think we'll set them off here so that the trucks don't have to get clogged up driving into the orchards and going to these as well. We're gonna set these to balanced for now. We're gonna grab our road and we're gonna take it all the way around the back of orchard like that. I didn't think that through very well. Like so. And now the trucks will come in, they will collect the goods, they will drop them off here, and eventually they will take them out to sell. All right, so that is going to get us started with some orchards and some storage, and we have to figure out what we want to call this thing. The city is Odyssey, which means that we have been playing around with names that I think have something to do with the Odyssey or the Iliad or Homer or Greek culture in general. Like, for example, this area here, I called this one Homer Central, where everybody lives. I thought that was kind of funny. We got Hydra and Seek Park. We have... I decided to name the forest because I couldn't come up with anything else better. So the forestry industry was just called Choppy Choppy. Arita Markets. Poseidon's Point. So lots of different things here. And I'm thinking... So one of the things that happens in the Odyssey and the Iliad, like all the time, is they're constantly feasting. I feel like everywhere that they go, they're met by somebody who wants to fill their faces up with food. And the idea of that is kind of known as xenia in Greek. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, but the idea of hospitality, and that, you know, when a stranger comes to your door, you always take care of them. And so as we're going to be producing lots of food and crops here, I thought that we could call this Xenia Farms. So we're going to type that in, Xenia Farms, and that is the name of our new area. So I think to help this upgrade faster, I'm actually going to put in some more crops. So we've got apples. Let's pick another fruit and put a different fruit in this time. This time, I want to face those the other way just to give the vehicles a chance to not... I want to spread out the trucks as much as possible so they're not driving on top of each other. Trying to get everything in and out. So we're going to turn that around and we're going to build some more. So we'll put 4 in here. The last batch was apples. Let's go with oranges this time. We'll just work our way down the line. I'm sure there's somebody out here who'd be like, well, actually, Mr. Splatt, if you put apples and oranges together in the same orchard, they will cross-pollinate and create a bizarre hybrid that will eventually take over the world. Something like that. I don't know that that's true, but whatever. All right, so we have gotten started with our farming area. We've got 4 separate orchards put in. We've got all the different fruits going on. I went ahead and upgraded this little road right here to a 4-lane industry road. Oh, good. 4 are nice. Let's see if the fire department actually responds. Try to record a session, and the game won't cooperate because for some reason our pairs have to spontaneously combust. Let's see if a fire truck gets here soon. While that burns, go back to what I was talking about. I went ahead and installed a 4-lane industry road here just because I think as this thing grows, we're going to need more connections and it's going to be a little bit more demanding on the traffic. So I put that in just so they could turn left, they could turn right and get in and out. Oh, here come the fire trucks. Look at that. Go, fire trucks. Go. Put out the fire. Don't let our oranges burn. There you go. Good on ya. Yes. Put out that fire. Ooh, you guys are going to town in there. Way to go. Way to go. You saved my spontaneously combusting oranges. I'm proud of you, gentlemen. Fine work. Fine work. Well done. Raises and bonuses for everybody. Fresh orange juice for the entire brigade. Well, I have to say I'm pretty happy with our farming area that we've started here. And hopefully, as the game progresses, it will start to grow as well, get our workers up and get our production out and start making money. Hey, we're making profit. Look at that. So all of this is just going to help our income grow. And eventually, we're going to need to add some rail service for our industry so they can import and export the things that they need. And we're going to have to get some more residential areas built up so that we have enough workers for all of our industry. So thank you everybody for coming along as we put together this farming district. If there's anything that you'd like to see changed, or if you have any suggestions on things that we can add, put those in the comments down below. And if you liked it and enjoyed yourself, give it a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe. We're going to keep building the city of Odyssey as we go forward, and I'd hate for you to be missing any episodes. I think the next time that we come back, we're going to be taking a look at our forestry district and seeing what we can do to improve on that, because I believe it is now up to 2 stars. Thank you again, everybody, and I'll catch you next time. See you around.